So, it is my pleasure to invite Reverend Donna Smith to come forward. She has a very special message on the Haudenosaunee Thanksgiving Address. So, hang tight. We are in for a wonderful delight. Come on, Donna.
So today you might not see me because we can't put this little stand down for what's going to happen. Can you see me? Yay! Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, I saw the elk this morning. Yay! And there were ribbons of fog around the mountains, and the sun was shining, and it was like Mother Earth was saying, "Here is a gift to you. Look at these beautiful mountains." It was a wonderful trip over. So there's a big thing happening with the scientists. They have discovered how to create life. And so they went to God and said, "God, we have discovered how to create life, and we don't need you anymore." And God said, "Oh, how do you do that?" And they said, "Well, first we get this dirt." And God said, get your own dirt. Thought that was appropriate for today because we are going to honor Mother Earth. Well, November 23rd is our one day a year that we give thanks for everything that we have in our lives. But I would like to encourage us to give thanks every day of our lives. Our ancestors, especially the native peoples around the world, did this every day. They knew the connection of Mother Earth with themselves. They knew the connection of each one with each other. And they honored the sacredness of life. And they were grateful and thanksgiving every day. Humanity seems to have moved away from that ancient knowing and that feeling of oneness with life. Many people have lost their awareness of their divinity even, and their connection to Mother Earth especially. And we see that in how it's being treated at times. So instead, they've moved their focus into this fast-paced, materialistic way of being. And their attention has been captured by the world. Because their focus is elsewhere, they have forgotten to be grateful for the things in their life. And instead, they are continually wanting more and using up all the resources they can. And this has caused a lot of suffering. And it is time for us to come back to our hearts again. It is time for us to understand the oneness and the fact that Mother Earth sustains us all. With all of the bounty that she provides for us, her mystery, her wildness, and her amazing beauty that, there are no words for. So today we're going to have a special ceremony to honor Mother Earth. William Ward wrote, "God gave you a gift of 86,400 seconds a day. Have you used one to say thank you?" Meister Eckhart wrote, "If the only prayer you said in your whole life was thank you, that would suffice." So I want to bring your attention back to the ways of the Native Americans who celebrated gratitude and thanksgiving every day. So what I want to share is the Haudenosaunee Thanksgiving Address. This translation of the Mohawk version of the Haudenosaunee Thanksgiving Address was developed, published in 1993, and provided courtesy of the Six Nations Indian Museum. The Haudenosaunee people, also known as the Iroquois, tell us that the words of the Thanksgiving Address are their gift to the world and are meant to be shared. The address is also known as the words that come before all else, and they are traditionally spoken when they greet the day, every day, and to start a meeting or to have negotiations with other nations. So I was going to invite our readers up, but they are avid and ready to go. They're already here. Yay! So our readers are going to speak the words of this Thanksgiving address. And I would like for you to refer to your copy. I've provided a copy in your program so that you can go along. And after each section, we are going to say together, all of us, now our minds are one. And you will know when to say that because it is in your insert there. So the Haudenosaunee Thanksgiving Address, the words that come before all else. The people. Today we have gathered and we see that the cycles of life continue. We have been given the duty to live in balance and harmony with each other and all living things. So now, we bring our minds together as one as we give greetings and thanks to each other as people. Now our minds are one.
We are thankful to our mother, the earth, for she gives us all that we need for life. She supports our feet as we walk about upon her. It gives us joy that she continues to care for us as she has from the beginning of time. To our mother, we send thanksgiving, love, and respect. We give thanks to all the waters of the world for quenching our thirst, providing us with strength, and nurturing life for all beings. Water is life. We know its power in many forms: waterfalls and rain, mists and streams, rivers and oceans, snow and ice. We are grateful that the waters are still here and meeting their responsibility to bring life to all of creation. With one mind, we send our greetings and our thanks to the Spirit of water.
We turn our minds to all of the fish life in the water. They were instructed to cleanse and purify the water. We are grateful that they continue to do their duties and that we can still find pure water. So we send to the fish our greetings and our thanks. Now our minds are one. Now we turn towards the vast fields of plants. As far as the eye can see, the plants grow, working many wonders. They sustain many life forms. With our minds gathered together, we give our thanks and look forward to seeing plant life continue for many generations to come. Now our minds are one.
When we look about us, we see that the berries are still here, providing us with delicious foods. The leader of the berries is the strawberry. I didn't know that. The first to ripen in the spring. Can we agree that we are grateful that the berries are with us in the world and send our Thanksgiving love and respect to the berries? With one mind, we turn to honor and thank all the food plants we harvest from the garden, who feed us with such abundance. Since the beginning of time, the grains, vegetables, beans, and fruit have helped the people survive. Many other living beings draw strength from them as well. We gather together in our minds all the plant foods and send them our greetings and our thanks.
Now we turn to all the medicine plants of the world. From the beginning, they were instructed to take away sickness. They were always waiting and ready to heal us. We are happy that they are still among us, those special few who remember how to use these plants for healing. With one mind, we send thanksgiving, love, and respect to the medicines and to the keepers of the medicines. Now our minds are one. We gather our minds together to send our greetings and our thanks to all the animal life in the world who walk about with us. They have many things to teach us, people. We are grateful that they continue to share their lives with us and pray that it will always be so. Let us put our minds together as one and send our thanks to the animals. Now our minds are one.
We now turn our thoughts to the trees. The earth has many families of trees who have their own instructions and uses. Some provide us with shelter and shade, others with fruit, beauty, and other useful things. The maple is the leader of the trees, to recognize its gifts of sugar to the people when they need it most. Many people of the world use a tree as a symbol of peace and strength. With one mind, we send our greetings and our thanks to the tree life. Now our minds are one. We put our minds together as one and thank all the birds who move and fly about over our heads. The Creator gave them the gift of beautiful song. Each day they remind us to enjoy and appreciate life. The eagle was chosen to be their leader and to watch over the world. To all the birds, from the smallest to the largest, we send our joyful greeting and our thanks. Now our minds are one.
We are all thankful to the powers we know as the four winds. We hear their voices in the moving air as they refresh us and purify the air we breathe. They help us to bring the change of seasons. From the four directions they come, bringing us messages and giving us strength. With one mind, we send our greetings and our thanks to the four winds. Now our minds are one. Now we turn to the west, where our grandfathers, the thunder, brings life. With living, lightning, and thundering voices, they bring with them the water that renews life. We bring our minds together as one to send our greetings and our thanks to our grandfathers, the thunderers. Now the minds are one.
We now send our greetings and our thanks to our eldest brother, the sun. Each day without fail, he travels the sky from east to west, bringing the light of a new day. He is the source of all the fires of life. With one mind, we send our greetings and our thanks to our brother, the sun. Now our minds are one. We put our minds together to give thanks to our oldest grandmother, the moon, who lights the nighttime sky. She is the leader of all women all over the world. She governs the movement of the ocean tides. By her changing face, we measure time, and it is the moon who watches over the arrival of children here on earth. With one mind, we send our greetings and our thanks to our grandmother, the moon. Now our minds are one.
We give our thanks to the stars who are spread across the sky like jewels. We see them at night, helping the moon to light the darkness and bring dew to the gardens and growing beings. When we travel at night, they guide us home. With our minds gathered together as one, we spread our greetings and our thanks for the stars. We gather our minds together to greet and thank the enlightened teachers who have come to us to come help us throughout our ages. When we forget how to live in harmony, they remind us of the way we were instructed to live as people. With one mind, we send our greetings and our thanks to these caring teachers.
Now we turn our thoughts to the Creator, the Great Spirit, and send our greetings and our thanks for all the gifts of creation. Everything we need to live a good life is here on Mother Earth. Let us pile up our thanks like a heap of flowers on a blanket. We will each take a corner and toss it high into the sky. So our thanks should be as rich as the gifts of the world that shower down upon us. For all the love that is around us, we gather our minds together as one and send our choicest words of greetings and thanks to the Creator.
We have now arrived at the place where we end our words. Of all the things we have named, it was not our intention to leave anything out. If something was forgotten, we leave it to each individual to send such greetings and thanks in their own way. Now our minds are one. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. I've read this Thanksgiving address several times in preparing for today. Every time it touched me deeper and deeper and deeper. And I find myself looking more closely at everything around me. And as I was saying earlier, the drive here was magical because I was seeing the colors, I was seeing the fog and everything, the sun, the rain. It was going back and forth. But they mean so much more to me since my attention was brought to this beautiful Thanksgiving address. So what would the world be like if we all did that every morning? Like a meditation every morning. So beautiful, beautiful words, and we thank our Native Americans for providing this wonderful inspiration. So I call gratitude and Thanksgiving the elixirs of life. Now, why do I do that? Well, think about what you were feeling when you were hearing the words of the Thanksgiving address. Did it not touch your heart? Well, the one thing about gratitude and Thanksgiving is it opens your heart. It opens your heart to give and to receive. And there is nothing higher, anything you can say, do, or think that heals and brings so much joy than opening your heart. Also, these elixirs bring peace to your whole beingness. You can feel your body relax, and your face just softens when you're in gratitude, doesn't it? Yeah. And more than likely, you're smiling. And when you are smiling, then you are expressing that same gratitude out into the world, and others can't help but smile back at you, right? Yeah. And when you are in gratitude and Thanksgiving, you are in the emotion of love. And that means you cannot be in fear. Love and fear are the main emotions. All these other things that we describe they come from those two emotions, and they cannot abide. So if you are in gratitude and Thanksgiving, you are in love. And guess what? You can't be in fear. So that is very healing right there. And also, think about this. When in gratitude and Thanksgiving, you cannot suffer. Think about that. When you're in gratitude and Thanksgiving, you're not thinking about all the other things going on in your life that maybe do cause some suffering in your life. Another reason to do it every day, right? But also gratitude is what brings the feelings of happiness and joy from our souls into our bodies. And when you're in gratitude and Thanksgiving, you're going to like this one. You look younger. You look younger because your face is just beaming. And, and you also are much healthier because you're giving your cells, the cells of your body, that wonderful joy and love that it's the elixir of every cell, that joy, that thanksgiving, that gratitude that you give it through being grateful. And that's their natural state. They love it. Another reason to do it every day, right? So now I'm going to go a little bit woo-woo on you. And, and I kind of do that every time, don't I? Being in gratitude and thanksgiving are very effective in activating your DNA, the layers of your DNA. So there are actually 12 layers to your DNA. And our scientists are now only seeing the double helix. They know there's something there. They don't know what it is, so they call it junk DNA. So it's like 95% of it they call junk DNA. But guess what? There are 12 layers, not the 2, and those other layers are the stepping stones to your higher self, to your God self. They are very, very important, and they're really not layers because they work together in everything. It's kind of like the rainbow, you can't separate those layers. You can see the different hues, but there's no way you can separate it. Well, this is the same with our DNA. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in the future. But what happens is gratitude, thanksgiving, joy helps you access those other layers. And in fact, I have a intention every day that I say my spiritual work. I fully activate all the layers of my DNA. I recommend that because what you're doing is you're accessing your whole beingness, because it's kind of like the source of all it is. Put your soul right into the body with DNA. So if you're in communication with your DNA, you're asking your DNA to activate and bring that wisdom to you. So it's very important. And I think thinking about it as DNA within our bodies is kind of helpful in, I guess, understanding what that means instead of something up here we're not really sure of. It's in your body. It's in your body. Every part of your body. And we are light beings. We are light beings. Your physical body is surrounded by a light that extends 6 to 8 feet out. And it's called the Merkaba. It's a Hebrew word that means chariot. And I hope I pronounced it right, too, Leah. I went online, how do you pronounce this word? Merkaba. Because I was saying Merkaba, I think. Anyway, it's Merkaba. And we actually walk around in this chariot. I think that's a wonderful vision of us, walking around in this light chariot. And it is also, all the colors of the rainbow are part of that, and it spins around us. And when you are near other people and you are happy, your Merkabas are joined together and you're both happy. And so if you, in yours, are coming from gratitude and thanksgiving and you bump into somebody that's not, you're going to make them happier. So anyway, I just wanted you to think about that. I know some of you are looking at me kind of funny, but but just imagine that you're walking around this beautiful chariot of light. It will raise your thoughts immediately just thinking about that. Matt Kahn wrote, "Gratitude is actualized divinity in form." I know that some of the most joyous times of my life, I thought I was going to explode because I was so joyful. That is your higher self, in its greatest form. Have you ever felt that? You just are so happy. You don't know what to do with yourself. You're so happy. It's a wonderful feeling, isn't it? Yeah. Unity Minister Kelly Isola wrote, "When you are lost in the energy of oneness and belonging, that is gratefulness, it will be a gift to another as thankfulness. Just like when I drop a pebble in a lake, I watch the ripples move out from the moment it hits the water. Yet I will never see how far the ripples reach. I will never hear the stone hit the bottom as I watch it fall into the darkness. I will never know the touch of the wavelets on a fish that swims far away, as unaware of me as I am of it." Your great gratitude and thankfulness will touch everyone to some extent. And so when you are in that state of gratitude and thankfulness. Think about you are touching everyone else. And that, makes my heart just smile. So it's time to drink of gratitude and give thanksgiving and lift ourselves out of the darkness. Okay, we need to live in the light of our love and compassion. So whatever you are grateful for multiplies. Multiplies. Think about that. There is only abundance. And when you're coming from gratitude, you're going to get the best of the abundance ever. And I do that every morning. I'm very grateful. I can't even begin to tell you how my life has changed just through being grateful for what is in my life and the people that are in my life. We're here to have relationships, and I have some grand ones, including all of you. So be grateful for the people that are in your lives. I'm reminded of another Rumi. I think it was Rumi. No, it was Ram Dass. He says, if you think you're enlightened, go spend a week with your family. Well, in this context, that might be the catalyst for you to get more grateful. But I want to thank the people of the Six Nations for sharing this beautiful tribute to life and to Mother Earth. And this tribute may sound simple, the words, but they are very powerful. And I want to remind you that, life is not complex. We make it complex. So these simple, beautiful words are words that I think can touch your heart deeply and move us all towards more of a grateful attitude towards what we do have. And, I would encourage you even this Thanksgiving, make a list of all the things that you are grateful for. And then when you get around a table with your family or your friends or however you celebrate, instead of, giving one thing that you're grateful for, share all your lists, all the things on your list, and make it a really special day of Thanksgiving. And then again, I would encourage you to do it every day in some form. So gratitude truly is the elixir of life. Drink of gratitude and see the miracles that flow to you and from you every moment. And I promise you, your life will just get better and better and better. So I'd like to take just a few moments of a meditation. So I invite you to please get very comfortable in your seats. Let your chair just support you. And breathe. And think about the breath. We can't see it. We can't even really feel it. But without it, we do not exist. That's miraculous. So just think about that. Even as it goes into your lungs and your tummy as you breathe deeply. It's almost like it's invisible and you can't touch it for a reason. I think it reminds us of the mystery of life. And I think it reminds us of how grateful we are to have life. I want to share this prayer by Edith Ubuntu Chan. And I want to share it this morning because we do see some darkness right now. But as we look again, as Rumi said, maybe you're the light. And so Edith wrote, I hereby decree and declare that humanity's hearts be mended, cleansed, and healed. That we clear the collective field of the deep intergenerational pain, the wounds, darkness, and distortion that has blocked the remembrance of the sacredness of life. I decree, I declare, and invoke the return of mankind to our natural state of love, wholeness, freedom, harmony, and peace. And so it is. Let it be. Yes. So I invite you to take the words of the Thanksgiving Address and at least refer to them occasionally. And remember that when these words were created, they were created from hearts that were so grateful for life, for Mother Earth, and all that we are. And Mother Earth provides our home, a home to humanity. So let us honor and take care of her. So thank you for being here today, and no class today. Yay! Because we're going to have a wonderful potluck. And so I can't wait because I live alone and I don't cook like that. So I am so excited to. And thank you all for bringing the food.